Stubby, a true story of friendship by Michael Foreman. It's hard work being a soldier, marching every day, getting ready to go to war, but I'm told my country needs me. This war is far away, the other side of the ocean, but soon we will have to cross that ocean and help to win it. We are woken up early every morning by a toot 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 for yet another day of marching and shooting practice. My favourite bugle call is the one that means, "Grub's up, come and get it." The smell of cooking seems to attract all the stray dogs from miles around. One dog in particular seems to find me every time I settle down to my sausage and mash. He's an odd little dog with a flat face and short legs. I decide to call him Stubby. Now Stubby follows me everywhere. The other soldiers laugh when they see him marching along beside us. I teach him to sit up and beg for his food, and sit up and salute when he sees an officer. The officers like him too. Stubby seems one of us now. I know I will miss him when we go off to war. Well, that day has arrived. We march to the train station and begin to climb aboard. Stubby has marched with us, of course, and he looks up into my eyes. I can't resist picking him up to hug him goodbye. One of the officers smiles and gives me a wink. I pop Stubby into the carriage with the other men, and Stubby gives the officer a salute. At first Stubby seems alarmed by the rattle of the train and the countryside whooshing past the windows, but we share our food with him and he begins to enjoy himself. The troop ship Minnesota is huge and towers over us as we begin to board. I wrap Stubby in a blanket and a group of us smuggle him onto the ship. When the Minnesota is well out to sea, I take Stubby out onto the deck. The sailors now think Stubby is the official mascot of our regiment, and I teach him to salute the ship's officers. Stubby loves standing right at the bow of the ship to feel the wind through his whiskers. After many days at sea, we land on the distant horizon. I feel a mixture of relief and fear. Relief to see dry land at last, but fear because it is a land at war. Things are getting serious. We have changed our soft hats for steel helmets. Soon we are marching again through towns and villages, cheered on our way by the local people. Stubby always gets the loudest cheers, especially from the children, and he is never short of tasty tidbits. After 2 days of marching, we hear the thunder of distant guns. The villages here are deserted and in ruins. Now we are living in a world of mud, stuck in trenches for weeks, slowly moving forward, pushing the enemy back. Dogs can hear better than humans, so Stubby becomes a very good guard dog, warning us of approaching enemy soldiers. One night he finds an enemy soldier spying on us, catches him by the seat of his trousers and won't let him go. Often Stubby's amazing sense of smell warns us of poison gas attacks. We all put on our gas masks, and Stubby's too. He has become an important member of our company. At night we try to sleep in muddy trenches. It is cold, and Stubby and I snuggle to get warm, but we cannot sleep. All night long the sky is lit up by thunderous gunfire. At dawn an officer blows a whistle and we clamber out of the safety of our trench and charge towards the enemy guns. I tell Stubby to stay safe in the trench, but he follows me anyway. Bullets are zipping and whistling around us. I see some of our friends fall into the sea of mud. A deafening bang and a flash knock me off my feet. The whole world seems to turn over. I see Stubby up in the air, flying. He's off to heaven, I think. Then, with a splud, he thuds back down into the thick mud. I crawl towards him. He is covered in mud and blood, his eyes full of pain, looking at me. "I'm sorry, old friend. I'm sorry I brought you to this stupid war." I wrap him up in a jacket and carry him back to our trench. Army doctors take him gently from me and bandage him up just like the other wounded soldiers. He is placed carefully into an ambulance with the other wounded and driven away. Will I ever see him again? We hear he has been very popular in the hospital, limping around between the beds, saluting all the wounded soldiers. After 6 long weeks of terrible fighting, we are all cheered up by the return of Stubby. When we drive the enemy out of a nearby town, some of the local ladies make Stubby an army jacket, complete with badges and medals with his name stitched into it. He looks so smart that even the officers salute him. At the 11th hour, on the 11th day of the 11th month, 1918, peace is declared. The war is over. Soldiers from both sides lay down their guns and climb out of their trenches. Winners or losers, we are all survivors. The enemy are young men like us, and we all just want to go home. This time, we don't need to hide Stubby when we climb aboard the troop ship to cross the ocean. He is a hero. When we get back home, Stubby is given a position of honour at the front of the great victory parade. Bands are playing, and the streets are crowded with thousands of people waving flags and cheering. Peace is wonderful, but peace and quiet will be even better. I am so thankful this little stray dog found me.